Hello and welcome to the Wasteland. I am voiceover AU, also known as Kevin Powell, and I will be your guide. Tonight we are on episode 18 of Fallout 2. I'm just eyeing mic levels while I'm talking to you, and they're looking good. We're in episode 18. NC, are you ready for this? And I say that because we have just finished going into the Enclave and going through basic grunt training there, standing guard, and we got ourselves power armor, and we got ourselves a laser rifle. Now, the usual problem, I should say, not gambit, but the usual problem, same thing we dealt with last time in Fallout 1, energy weapon skill is not terribly high. We haven't been putting points into it because we haven't had a reason yet, so I don't think the laser rifle is going to be a huge help to us for now. But that power armor is going to be immense. We've hit that point. We've hit that point in a Fallout game, that divide between doesn't have power armor and does have power armor. So now, got a long list of people that we want to go back and visit some harm on. Starting, probably, with New Reno. But we're going to go back to the Brotherhood first, and we're going to see what the Brotherhood can do for us. Because remember, the idea was to get in there and get the plans for the vertibirds, which we did, and get back out. So the Enclave have more advanced technology than the Brotherhood do. This is interesting because not having played Fallout 3, not having played New Vegas, not having played Fallout 4 to any real depth, although I know with Fallout 4 you deal with a different faction as your enemy, I've never run into the Enclave, so now I'm fascinated because their power armor, and I'd need to check a wiki, which I haven't yet, in order to figure out which model it is. Their power armor is more advanced than the standard Brotherhood model. It looks sleeker, it's sexier. It does look like those destroyer droids from the Star Wars prequels, as someone mentioned during the last stream. Looks a hell of a lot like them. So they got more stuff. What's their story? Where'd they come from? Because we know that the Brotherhood was founded by Roger Maxson when basically while everything was going down. When the bombs hit, he was in a facility. He was in the Mariposa facility with some scientists. Was it Mariposa? No, they headed for Lost Hills. I'm getting the two different stories conflated. I'm getting the story of the Master and Roger Maxson's audio diaries, which you hit at the same point in Fallout 1. I'm getting the two of those things conflated. Thank you so much for the host, Bodark108. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. That begs a question. That begs an interesting question. One of our lovely alerts should have popped off then. Not sure what's going on there. We'll find out. We'll find out one way or another. Oh, actually, I know what we can do there. So before we get into the game, just let me do a quick test on this, because our wonderful... Give me my cursor back. It's the one thing I do not miss when I'm streaming on PS4, having to wrest my cursor back from these games. Just let me double check something. Hey Bodark, things are going pretty good. It's Friday night, streaming Fallout 2. It's been a good week, all up, so... Yeah, things aren't bad. I'm just going to do a quick test because your lovely hosting, your lovely hosting that you did then should have triggered a sound alert for me. Hey Jordy, you're not my real mom. So I said because I'm the boss of me that I'm streaming. How you doing? Thank you very much for your company. And how are you feeling after a rough night's sleep? Alright, so I'm just going to test very quickly. I'm just going to test this overlay. I just want to send some live alerts to it. So we might see some stuff pop up on stream that'll be a little bit weird.
A steadfast supporter.
There we go. Yeah, so that's the sort of stuff we should be expecting. Ah. Okay, so I guess there's...
A kind gesture.
Got it. Okay, so it's just that there's no alert for some reason for the host. How bizarre. So it's not that it doesn't like you, it doesn't like everyone. Yeah, how are they treating you at the moment, Geordie? Because it sounds like your sleep's been patchier after dealing with sleeping pills, like, rather than being better. So I was just talking through before, like, I've never run into, and I'm super excited by this, I've never run into the Enclave before. So now we've dealt with them in some sort of meaningful way. I'm super curious about what's going on with them. Now, please let me know as well if the mix is overpowering the mic. I did a quick audio test after Wednesday's horror stream, and things are sounding pretty good. But you might hear things a little differently over your side of the fence, so let me know. You've had a rough night's sleep as well, Bodark. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there a root cause, or is it just your body's messing with you? Like, do you sleep well in general? Hey, Captav, how you doing? Thank you so much for your company. Is that the... Are we talking about on... Because there's a few sales at the moment. Are we talking about the PlayStation Store sale, or are we talking about... Because Assassin's Creed Origins is on PC as well, so you're talking about Humble Bundle? Just you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Nothing's worse than a bad night's sleep. I'm realizing more and more that the ability to nap and power nap is, like, that is just a mutant ability, and it is so helpful for being able to reset. You went to bed at 7 PM last night? Or did you go to bed at 7 PM tonight and you got back up? Oh, that's right. This is the cost. This is the cost that we had for getting to where we wanted to go. My beautiful, beautiful 10mm submachine gun / automatic pistol. I fumbled and destroyed the weapon during the last session, and that's gonna suck. The heat that's throwing you off. Yeah. Yeah, the heat's the worst. I've got a fan on over there, so apologies if you folks can hear it, but it's hot enough that even with this around my neck, I do not want to turn it off. You're in bed right now, Capdef. Saucy. Oh, yes. You were out board gaming until after 2 AM last night. Well, that sounds like a good night. Was that work or was that play? Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of this place. I'm gonna go start messing some folks up. Let's go see what the Brotherhood can do for me. Back in San Francisco. I tell you what, I'm also so looking forward to these random encounters now. Just gonna put some holes in, folks. You couldn't...
A steadfast supporter.
Thank you so much for the follow, Queen Aqua. You slept for 18 hours today, Horror-Tuner. That sounds awesome. Hey, I'm playing catch-up. I see you there. Gotta give me a moment. Oh. Oh, it's an Enclave patrol. Remember how I said that the random encounters would be a lot easier now? You slept for 18 hours, Horror-Tuner. How, like, you must be feeling super rested then, I would hope. Now you feel sick during... Yeah, due to lack of food and drink. Hydrate. Hydrate first. Not being able to sleep for 2 weeks straight. How did you deal with that, Bodark? Like, was it... Your body must have just crashed. Alright, let's get out of... Let's get out of Enclave territory, because those patrols... Like, it's nice to be upgraded to power armor, but I can't deal with... Oh, come on.
Your life ends in the wasteland.
Do-do-do. Bear with me for 2 secs. Let's get this going. Chatbot, come on chatbot. We're going to start a time now. Let's start a counter. Start. No, still a little on play. Death! That does not bode well. Just bear with me for a quick sec, folks. I'm going to keep an eye on chat. And also, actually, let's just see what this tells me now. Yeah, Stream Deck's misbehaving again. Alright. Forcing yourself out of the house to catch up with PAX friends. That sounds awesome, Captain. Like, as long as it didn't kill you, didn't wear you out. Geordie, you've been drinking cheer all day. You mean you've been? Are you talking about alcoholic substances, or are you talking about coffee there? Because either of those could work. Bodak, it was after your operation, so you couldn't change position. Oh yeah, that would suck. Oh, that's the worst. So what, would you nap and then you would wake up once the discomfort got too bad? Like, how would that work? Hear about the Italian chef. Italian chef, he passed away. Nice. Nice, Horatuna. It's the soft drink from Kirk's. There's a soft drink called Cheer. Oh, I'm glad it was a short drive too. Oh, your laptop's died on you. That's the worst. All right. Speaking of technical issues, just bear with me for 2 seconds. I'm just gonna have to do some. Messing around here for just a second, because it looks like my Stream Deck is not loving my account again. So please hold. Cheer. It's cherry flavored. Why isn't it called Cherry Cheer then? Although cherry, it's close. I had a few hours of sleep and then the discomfort would get to me. Yeah. That must have been horrible. All right, let's re-add. I'm gonna re-add my Twitch account with my terribly long password. I did this before Wednesday's stream as well, so hopefully it's not gonna. It's a problem with two-factor authentication, I guess. Just ran out of power. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. That feeling of can't, won't. Right. Reveal. I know what I should be doing here. Alright. Because one of these accounts doesn't have two-factor authentication on it. So let's add the other account. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is all too hard. I'll add the main account. Because I don't know if the other one has got privileges. Watch as Kevin types a tremendously long password. This is exciting content here, folks. This is the side of Fallout you just don't see. A bottle of Dr. Pepper. Is Dr. Pepper not sold in Australia anymore? I see what the problem is. I logged in, but I didn't click the magic click box of remember this account for a period of time. You'd think I'd never worked in IT. Jesus. Not gonna read out those numbers. Not that they would help anyone. But all the same. Thank you so much for dropping by, Horatuna. I hope you have a wonderful Friday night. I loved the pasta pun, by the way. Enjoy cleaning, Bodark, or at least I hope it goes quickly for you. Alright, let's try a thing. Let's try a thing. There we go. Got a free death. Now that's going to work, and it's going to work for 30 days. This is the thing that always kills me. Well, apart from Enclave patrols. It's that this authentication only works for a period of time, and then it disappears. And then it silently fails. Yeah, 2 feet away and it's in bed. Yeah, you could get it, but it's too far. There used to be, in Brisbane, there used to be, I suppose this is no help to anyone, because Capdaf, you were in Melbourne as well. But I remember oh no, Melbourne has one of these. There's a, there was a really good food store that just sold basically a bunch of, like American-only food and candy. It's basically for expats / like America geeks. Ow, 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 ow. Well, at least getting out of here is a little bit easier with power armor. Oh, oh! Mysterious Stranger's gone as well. God damn. I cannot keep companions. See, I'm glad I fixed that. I'm glad I fixed that auth now, because if I hadn't, I would have missed the Mysterious Stranger dying. I get the feeling this is going to be hard to get out of. I get the feeling this is going to be very hard. Can't stand Dr. Pepper. Yeah, it was an acquired taste. I didn't mind it. There we go again. There's my freebie.
The wasteland has claimed your life. Arroyo attempts to send out others to search for the Gek, but they die quickly, and the village soon follows.
Well, I didn't expect this to be a problem. I was all loaded for bear and being a badass. But no. No, folks don't want to let me leave. And it feels like... Ow, ow, ow. It feels like staying around for these combats is not the right choice either, because even with power armor, like, it's not taking them... It's not taking them long to kill me.
Your life ends in the wasteland.
There was a store nearby you, Geordie, that sold American cereals and Flaming Moe's energy drink. Oh, nice. Yeah, American cereals, I guess, would be great as like a dessert. Being so full of sugar. A&W root beer. I've never tried that, Captain. I've never tried it. Don't mind a good root beer, though. Sarsaparilla. That's another thing that can be fun. Whew. Actually, you know what I should do first? Let's heal up. Oh, that sounds disgusting. A Dr. Pepper that was warm in 40 degrees plus heat. No, that's like post-apocalyptic survival stuff. Do not want. Alright, what have we got? Do I actually have any stim packs at the moment? I have none. I'm not going to take any jet, because jet's going to wear off straight away. Oh, it's going to be a marathon. Whew, it's going to be tough even. Can I get out of here? Can I get out of here? Did not expect this. Well, on the plus side, maybe Lady Luck's gonna let me keep the Mysterious Stranger. Shows you how much of a difference the power armor makes, though, because they shot the Mysterious Stranger once, and the Mysterious Stranger basically disappeared in a spray of paste. Warm creaming soda with kettle chili chips. Was that deliberate, Geordie? Was that like a taste? Was that a taste sensation? Or was that purely an accident? Alright, let's go overland. I'll get out of there quicker. Because from memory, see, we're moving quicker. There's no guarantee I'm not going to hit another patrol, though. Let's angle in. There we go. I can't remember who it was who pointed out to me in one of the... It was actually in one of the Comparatively, this is a lot easier. Let's see what my numbers are like. Hey, my numbers actually aren't bad with the energy weapon. Let's try her out. They're not great, but they're not bad. Let's try that again. For 18 hit points. I would have expected a laser rifle to do a little more than that. Alright. I'm just gonna walk on out of here. Just gonna walk on out. Oh! That's... I guess that's why they're called fire geckos. There you go. That's why they're called fire geckos. So it was intentional. It was intentional for the burps. That sounds like a fun science experiment. Oh, lovely people. Codsworth is going to throw up a link at some point in time in Twitter. Twitch, even. In the Twitch chat. But I've reworked. I had a really good chat with Heron HQ where I pointed out a few things. I just gave it a little bit of advice. And our poll for choosing our next horror game is now open to all. It's open to all followers, so it's not a subs only thing. I would love to hear everyone's input on what's going to happen there. So the link will pop up at some point. If it doesn't, I will pop it into stream soon. I wish I had a thought of doing it while Bodark was here and Horror Tuner. You might whisper them later. Road trip to Coffs Harbour for your big brother's wedding. Okay, so you've done road trips for 2 weddings. That's awesome. I had 2 votes. We have 2 votes for that, and those 2 votes stand. But Heron had a really good point. Oh. Heron had a really good point, which was just around opening it up to the full audience. So those 2 votes will stand, Geordie, and you can pop that back on there. You can pop your vote back on the poll when it comes in. Or I'm going to mentally count, basically, those 2 votes if they don't come in. Hiding from Steve is almost done. I think we've got one more stream in the can for that. Oh. Good lord. Ow. Alright. Let's not do this thing then. Critically hit. 43 points. That hurt. And we're dead.
Your life ends in the wasteland.
Should have saved. Should have saved once I hit the outside of the Enclave. You have more to the story about your friend. Oh, is it... Oh, CapTap, I should clarify there. When I say in the can, it's not pre-done. I mean that there's likely going to be one more for Alien Isolation. Alright, here we go again. Running away from the Enclave. Although you can have streams that are pre-configured. I did that for Firewatch while I was away in Brisbane. So you can load streams that then premiere at a certain point in time, and you can either be there for the premiere or not. There will be another Firewatch stream coming up for the finale of that game, by the way, because I will be off at... I'm going to be off at Global Game Jam on the 25th. And that's probably going to take up my time. Man, RNGesus does not like me tonight. Critically hit for 40 points. This power armor is not... It's not doing its job. The hell's that? Ow, ow, ow. Oh, okay. Of course you do, because you stream as well. Of course you knew. You could also do a horrifying kind of in real life stream in the can, but I don't think that's content that anyone needs to see. You found Firewatch depressing. Yeah, it's a bit of a melancholy game. I found the opening. I forgot about the content of the opening, and I certainly found that a bit of a struggle. It's melancholy. I'd absolutely say that, but I can see how you would find it depressing. By you, I mean like anyone in general. I can see how someone could hit that note. You could stream from Can. You could. Yeah, I know, dude. I did. That will happen from time to time. It's part of why... Well, it's not part of why I haven't streamed Last of Us, but I know if I do stream Last of Us, like trying to talk through like what's happening in that game, I'm just gonna fucking bawl for half of it. Because that game just hits me. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just not sure it's what people come here for. Firewatch is on your wish list, Captain. Yeah, I definitely recommend playing it at some point. Campo Santo they just have an exquisite grasp of storytelling. So with regards to more about the story about your friend Geordie, is DMs, are they the most appropriate platform for that? And have things improved, hopefully, fingers crossed, or have things gotten worse? Yeah, the prologue of that game is definitely, yeah, well, shoot me DMs and like, if you want to share it, please do. Don't kill Mysterious Stranger. I've come so far. He's not going to get turned into paste this time. No, well, I didn't reply. Geordie, because I didn't have anything to say, but I listened. Like, if you want me to respond in some sort of way, then sure, let me know. But yeah, I didn't feel it was my place to respond, yeah, like other than saying it's a terrible situation for your friend to be in. Last of Us was why you bought a PS4 instead of an Xbox One. Yeah, it's a really good point, Capdaf. Like, Sony has always done such a great job with their exclusives. Like, some of the stuff that Microsoft has is good. Like, Gears of War is a great franchise, but like, Sony have the must-haves. Sure. You can, yeah, by all means, pose me a question, Geordie, if there's something you want my input on. I mean, it's not really my place to say anything, but the reason why I asked you initially... Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. Here we go. Yeah, the reason why, Geordie, that I asked you to like share with me by DM was just to be there to listen. But like I said, if there's something you want, if there's something that you want me to say, or rather, if there's something you'd like my input on, then sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. When you say that it's only the prologue that's sad, Geordie, I'm not sure about that, because I've got no feeling, and this is one thing I'm really enjoying about the game, with no spoilers. No spoilers, Capdaf. I'm not going to spoil a goddamn thing. But yeah, I don't really have a feeling for where the game's going to go. And I like that. It's great. It's great to enjoy media that feels like it's of good quality throughout and not really know where it's going. Like that feeling of this could be going in any one of a number of different directions. That's really joyful. Yep, I'm definitely going to save Capdaf, I'm going to save when I'm outside of this combat. But I can't save here. If I get out of here, then... Mysterious stranger may live. Come on, mysterious stranger, you can do it. Yeah, that's true, that's true. Xbox exclusives do tend to end up on PC as well. That's a really good point. Ah, give me a break. Give me a break. It took you a few goes to get through. Capta, for you saying Last of Us, it took you a few goes to get through the start? I'm so excited for Last of Us 2, but I get a feeling that it's going to come out as a launch title for the new PlayStation hardware platform, whatever that is going to be called or look like. I don't think we're going to see it for PS4. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn and Spider-Man on your wish list as well. Yeah, those are some solid games, man. Those are good choices. When you first get a gun. Yeah, it's... Combat in that game feels rough, and it feels rough deliberately. Speaking of Horizon Zero Dawn... Friend gave this to me. It's a grazer! It's a little Horizon Zero Dawn robot. It's very cute. Listen, man, I've got Horizon Zero Dawn on physical media, so if you ever wanted to meet up, I could do you a loaner on that, dude. The advantage of living in the same city. Alright, come on, stop there. Save the game. Put the game away, came back. Yeah, it's funny how that can happen, isn't it? How you just kind of, you give a game a do-over, and then you kind of fall into it. You tried Second 7 VR. Yeah, talk me through that, Geordie. How does that work? Like, how does it deal with... Because I guess Tekken isn't a terribly... It's not a super vertical game, but how does it deal with the movement aspect of things? Or does it just put you as like a... Does it put the fighters in a space in front of you? I'm really curious. Alright, we've saved. Yeah, I'm trying to think, there's a couple of titles where I've done the same thing, where it's been a game where I've played a little bit of it and gone, nah, I'm not sure about this, and then just come back to it later and just loved it. It's great when that happens, though. It's lovely to rediscover something like that. You were hit for no damage. Well, with 32 hit points, I'm not going to risk... I've still got a level up to do as well. Energy weapons. It's going in the energy weapons, folks. Yeah, like Horizon Zero Dawn for me, like that's a game I'm gonna get back to it at some point, because I've fallen in love with that game, but at the moment I just don't have time to play anything consistently outside of streaming. Hang on, that's a terrible way of framing it. I'm prioritizing my time in other ways so that I'm not playing games consistently every day. Like at the moment, my sometimes game is Diablo 3 on Switch, which is really fun. So yeah, I'm probably going to stream Horizon Zero Dawn at some point. Because it's a gorgeous game. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous game. Hubologists. Armed. Why are we armed, folks? Okay, well, we're not starting to fight yet. Here. Wrathlive, the hub. Oh, didn't the hubs disappeared between Fallout 1 and Fallout 2? So I guess the hubologists are revering that as like a faith? I guess we'll find out more later on. That'd be cute if it was. There's a VR battle where you fight a character in space that it puts you in, which is a big open arena. There's a VR view where you look at the characters in plain space. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds a bit pants. Jordy? Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it sounds like they've tacked on. It sounds like they've tacked that on a little bit. Let's level up while we're here. This is why I didn't do it before, because I didn't want to have to sit through picking a perk and thinking, what do I want to do? Adrenaline rush. Awareness. Bonus hand-to-hand move, bonus move. Cautious nature. You're more alert outdoors and enemies are less likely to sneak up on you. With this perk, you get a +3 to your perception in random encounters when determining placement. Something that stops random encounters, like more outdoorsmen, would be nice instead. Wait, hang on. Dodger. You are less likely to be hit in combat if you have this perk. +5 to your armor class in addition to your armor. Yeah, Dodger could work. Educated, maybe? Greater chance of finding special places and people. Explorer. Oh, I don't have Explorer yet. I thought I did. I think I was looking at it before. Like a ribbon. Tomorrow I'll try Resident Evil. Ah, Resident Evil 7 VR. Well, hopefully that's a lot better. Sorry, like a ribbon, Capdaf. You might need to explain that again. My brain is consuming perk information at the moment, so you're probably referring to something that was just said before, and I'm up at. The healing of bodies comes easier to you than using First Aid Doctor, no? Oh, okay, that's why. Final Fantasy. Whoosh. Yeah, that's a franchise that I never really engaged with. Life Giver. Gain an additional 4 hit points every time you advance a level. Oh man. I should have found that one earlier. Magnetic Personality, no. Master Thief, no. Medic, no, no, no. Mr. Fix-It. Nah. Pack Rat. Presents. Quick Pockets. Ooh, Quick Pockets wouldn't be a bad one. Ah, Scout. Scout's got out. Scout. I reckon Scout. Scout was what I was looking at before. Because there isn't a better one for... There's not a better perk for... stopping random encounters. There was a hole here. It's gone now. Oh, you're saying like a ribbon is a perk? So confused. It does different things in different versions. Yeah, no, I don't think there is a perk. I don't think there is a perk in Fallout 2 for... It doesn't look like there's one for stopping random encounters. Outdoorsman. I think it's the Outdoorsman skill is the only thing I'm aware of that does it. You know what I might do? I might actually just gain some luck, because that luck of 3 after that dog, that's gonna really hurt me. Silent Hill 2 reference. You kids with your pop culture references, no! No, see, I've never played Silent Hill 2. I know for shame. I should have, but I never had a PlayStation at the point in time when it was sort of in its primacy. Yep. Those last couple of fights especially have shown me that I need to gain that luck back. So let's gain luck and go back to 4. That hurts, but it hurts a lot less than dying. And then I'm just going to crank all of this into energy weapons. And I feel better now. I feel better now. Giving yourself a couple of weeks to stream games. Yeah, I've been watching some of your Lego streams while I've been working, CapDad. It's been a lot of fun. Oh. Alright, let's go back to San Francisco and see what the Brotherhood can do for me. Boink! Oh, another random encounter. Hubologists fighting mercenaries. Don't really want a piece of that. What's my encumbrance at? I think we might end up going shopping. $246. No, I'm loaded up almost completely, so I'm not going to be able to steal anything. I need to sell off some stuff first. Her name is John and I'm Ringo. Come on, they're just a bunch of assholes. Come on, just... No, you're gonna have to explain that reference to me too. It has eluded me. I should know that one. Come on, they're just a bunch of assholes. No, it's... Sadly, I do not. I do not. Alien Isolation? Her name is John and I'm Ringo. Which part of Alien Isolation? Which part of Alien Isolation was that? I was reading up on Marlowe too, and interesting character in Alien Isolation. His name was tickling the back of my head during the last stream, and yeah, it's a reference to Heart of Darkness for one. Ah, oh, that's gross. I did not leave the tap running for long enough so my water is warm. It's warm. And then the Axel ran to that couple in the lift. Oh, okay. It's been a minute since I've played that part of the game. Yeah, that's when you actually have someone alongside you for a little while. When, like, Axel hangs around with you for a little bit. Excuse me. But yeah, I love that, like, I had that game completely wrong. I thought it was Wayland that had seeded basically the whole incident, but it was actually Marlowe who was responsible for kicking off the infestation. And the corporations just tried to take advantage of it once it had actually occurred. It was an interesting angle. I am like Who's Axel. Look, this is my memory at work. It's a great game, I haven't, like, the lore of it just has not embedded in my head. The soundtrack for San Francisco is really cool. Got the photo plans for you. Alright, full access to facilities. Right, let's go. Oh, I got a level again. Good lord. Alright, let's pop that energy weapon skill up. Thank you very much for coming. 72%. Nice. I forgot my strength is 9. There's pretty much no weapon I can't use really well. That's good. Yay! Alright. Let's go see if they got a doctor. Hello? Hello? Oh, I see there's a door there. I'm impressed with your memory being able to remember that far back. Like, presumably, this is a game that you have played a number of times to remember that? Or do you just have an eidetic memory? Yeah, let's see what the Brotherhood can do for us. Do you have an armorer? See a table. Well, let's have a look at what's on the table. It's catering. Yeah, Alien Isolation's a great game, but it's not one that I would think of as being supremely quotable. And I think that's because of the nature of the game. Like, a lot of the stuff that you remember is all of the sneaking around, dealing with the xenomorph. Like, it doesn't have any sort of big bombastic moments. Not that they're necessarily a bad thing. Like, oh man, Ripley's line in Aliens is still one of the best action hero moments I think we've ever had. Get away from her, you bitch. In the front loader. Ah, just so good. Hang on. That goes back up to ground. That's where I came in. Well, I've got to say, so far, folks, your facilities are impressing me. Although they did say that this one was just kind of just minimal. So, yeah. I was kind of hoping for a payday. Oh, here we go. It's locked. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, see, power armor. Just regular power armor. And Brotherhood armor. All the good stuff. I introduced a friend to... I watched Haywire with my movie buddy on... what's today? Friday? Wednesday? Wednesday? Thursday? Thursday. On Thursday. And it was so sad seeing Bill Paxton in that, now that he is gone from us. Like, I know everyone dies eventually. But it was still sad all the same to be reminded of how awesome he is. Alright. Let's have a look inside these locked cabinets. Failed to pick a lock, failed to pick the lock, failed to pick the lock. Feeling that they might not be pickable. Oh, there we go. They are pickable. Ammunition. 14 mil is no use to me at the moment. That's no use to me either, but I'll take it. Do-do-do. There we go, I definitely picked a lock on that as well. He is great in True Lies. No word of a lie. I'm gonna have to drop some stuff. Oh, this sucks. I'm gonna have to drop some stuff. Alright. What are we getting rid of? Do I have 223 ammo? I've got 14 mil ammo. Sell me on True Lies. Tell me why you love that movie. I don't have any ammo for the sniper rifle at the moment. Alright. Need to do some fiddling around here. This is where it'd be nice to have an actual merchant to be able to deal with. Because I think from memory the Tommy gun had about the same range as the sniper rifle. No, nowhere near. Not even close. Damage 14 to 34. When do I stop using it then? Weird. Alright. Let's get rid of some stuff. Ah, Jamie Lee, no doubt. Jamie Lee Curtis is, like, her sexy dance in that is amazing. Alright, I think Tommy Gun's gonna go. Oh, I see. Ribbon. I'm with you now. Ribbon was an item in Final Fantasy that should have stopped. That you thought had stopped random encounters. All right. If I've got 21 plasma grenades and I have 11 normal grenades, the normal grenades can go. Yeah. So, I don't want to come across as a spoil sport, but True Lies is a movie that I have trouble enjoying, and I guess for a couple of reasons nowadays. Like one, Eliza Dushku has talked about her experiences while filming that movie, and the actions of like their stunt manager doesn't damn the whole movie, but it does make it a little bit more difficult to enjoy. Same way that it's a little bit more difficult to enjoy anything that involves, well, a lot more difficult to be fair. Anything that involves the two Coreys from the '80s, like Lost Boys, and a whole bunch of other stuff because of what was happening with them. The other thing is though, it's just a and maybe I don't know if it's me looking for fault in the film, but it seems like a film that is joyfully racist in the way that it deals with the Middle Eastern characters. Like it feels like it's very much pre 9/11 in its sensibilities. Yeah, Roman Polanski's another big one. Yeah, like in as much as he's like talented, Roman Polanski especially, because here's the thing, like when basically, so horrible things were happening to Corey Haim and Corey Feldman during their filming career, but they're part of they were part of a bunch of people that made like every film that they were involved in possible. I think especially when you're dealing with, it's a much easier choice when you're dealing with something like a Roman Polanski film where it's Roman Polanski himself is the problem. Similarly with True Lies, like there's one person in the cast there's one person in their crew rather, who was a problem and did terrible things to one person who was part of their crew, but that's one part of a whole, so does that damn the whole film? It gets a little bit more difficult there. But yeah, its attitude towards how it deals with the Middle Eastern characters and like making sort of hay out of like them dying being hilarious, it just makes me a little uncomfortable. But I don't want to. I'm conscious saying that I think there's a real tendency for me to come across there as being very holier than thou, which isn't how I mean to come across. My default state with, like, putting aside, like, creators like Roman Polanski and Woody Allen, like, my default state for anyone is that when they engage with media, it's, like, want them to enjoy it. I mean, hell, we went and watched, Mortal Engines when we were up in Brisbane. Like, guessing it was probably going to be terrible, but just seeing if maybe it would surprise us. It didn't, but, yeah. Anyway. I'm glad that you enjoy the movie, and that is my default state. Alfred Hitchcock, tell me more. I know Alfred Hitchcock had been a bit of a dick to his cast. Like, he did some terrible things. Was it Tippi Hedren during the filming of The Birds? What else do I not know there? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. What is that? A pulse pistol. Uses small energy cells. The pulse rifle. Microfusion cell. This looks like the good stuff. Oh, I'll have that. And I'll have that. Well, it's a very Erika thing to do, to nab everything that isn't tied down. I'm probably close to full encumbrance again. Good lord. Good weapons, though. He was also a peeping Tom. I did not know that, really. A peeping, like, with his cast, or just in general, like, that was a predilection that he had outside of filming movies? He would just go around and perv on people. I didn't know that he tried to hook up with his cast. Disappointing. You are at your maximum weight capacity. Yeah, I figured I might be. Alright, let's go have a look at these weapon stats, because... Female cast. Oh, that's gross. I did not know that. Man. Sometimes it makes you wonder, like, is there anyone who is a male creator who has been in that position of power, who has not just viciously abused that position and just been a complete dick. So let's compare the sniper rifle with the plasma rifle with the pulse rifle. The plasma rifle 30 to 65, the pulse rifle 54 to 78. Higher range, same ammo capacity. Pulse rifle's way better. Hot damn. Watch the movie Hitchcock. Hang on a sec, I'll make a note of that. When was Hitchcock made? I've got kind of a, thanks for the recommendation, Jordy. I've got kind of a bit of a yen for biopics at the moment, so I will check that out. Watch the movie Hitchcock. Not to be confused with Hancock. Yeah, it really does make you wonder sometimes, like, is it possible to actually be a creator and just not be a complete dick? Alright, so microfusion cells are used by both the plasma rifle and the pulse rifle. There's no... Holy! The pulse rifle's minimum damage is 54. There's no reason... Or... Yeah, its roll is 54. I mean, we shot with the plasma rifle before and did like 18 points, so I guess it's like nominal. But yeah, there's no reason to keep it. No reason to keep it. It's not as good. What's the girl? Capta? Tell me more about that. Is that another film about Hitchcock? Oh, the pulse rifle uses microfusion cells, the same as the plasma rifle. So they both use the same. So that's another reason why keeping both doesn't really make sense. The girl is another Hitchcock biopic. Okay. What's the minimum strength on that? It doesn't matter, my strength's 9. I don't even know why I'm looking. Car uses microfusion cells, but I've already lost the Highlander, sadly. I ran out of gas. It is gone to us. Lost to us, even. Otherwise, I'd be laughing. But yeah, I came into the Highlander a little too early. Would have been perfect to have the car at the point in time when I actually had access to... Whoop! Sorry about that, I just bumped my mic. It would have been great to have the car at the point when I had access to their facilities. Yeah, full access to our facilities. And I have used that. Boy howdy have I used that. Alright, so we got a level out of that. See a guard. Hey there, buddy. So San Francisco is no use to me. Not from what I understand, Capdaf. Because when I had a look at a wiki, it said that once basically you run out of fuel with the car, it's gone. Like the game doesn't track its location past that point. Which I guess makes sense, like the idea being it's kind of stolen. You get carjacked. You watched Red Dragon the other day. How was it? How was it, Geordie? I haven't watched many movies lately, apart from Haywire, but my partner and I have been watching a lot of Rebels, which is almost the latest Star Wars series.
Chosen, do you hear me? The village dies. All of our futures die too. We have little left in both time and essence. Hurry.
Alrighty. I am really going to be hosed if I find out there is a clock on... There is a clock on that, quest. Yeah, Rebels is really good. They picked up, Clone Wars too. Clone Wars has been renewed for a new season, which I'm very excited about. Nice! Red Dragon is the one... Is that the one with, Did the remake have Edward Norton, or have I got myself completely confused? Vault 15. Nothing to do in Vault 15. I'm shoot on sight in Broken Hills. There's nothing to do in Vault City. I wonder if the thing to do would be to head now to Reading and see what happens there, because I got told last time I went there that I was too low level. Oh, okay, I am remembering correctly then. Yeah, let's head back to NCR and see what happens there. Ray finds as the baddie. That would be awesome. Red Dragon's a remake of Manhunter, isn't it? Because there was a there was a version of that I think that was made in the 80s with Tom Noonan, I think his name is. Yeah. So did it have like a cameo in there from... Did it have any kind of part with Anthony Hopkins in there? Alright, let's head over to the mainland. Let's head back to NCR. Oh, yeah, NCR is where we're headed. Halologists, go away. I got full hit points. We're back on 11 followers from our Hitman 2 subathon, which I am super excited about. We also have a charity stream coming up at the end of January. I wonder if that luck going up to 4 is now stopping those crits, or if that's just a roll of the dice. Let's try this on. 27. It's not good. It's not good. Why is that so low? Six for an aim shot. Let's move over here. 64. Bounty Hunter was hit for 78 points. I don't think I need to do aim shots here. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, I think getting that luck back up has made a big difference, because this is how power armor is meant to go. All right, let's. Luck should affect my crits, not theirs. True. True. Hey, Heron, how you doing? I am back at 89. I was literally just saying that. Alright, 5 to go. So clearly this weapon needs to be walked over to folks, but I can live with that. $28 points on a near miss. This is the kind of near invulnerability I was expecting before RNGesus just hated me. Let's stop this person poking holes in me. $30 points. Nice. How is your day treating you, Heron? And yeah, Ahsoka Tano is in Clone Wars. She is... I would argue she is now the best character in Star Wars. Because by the end of Clone Wars, like, if you do not love Ahsoka Tano and think she is a badass, I question your judgment. Hey, Dr. Not So Happy, thank you so much for joining us. Sorry you had some technical issues there. Does anyone remember the Tron show that was on Disney XD? No, I don't. I never... Like, how long ago? I missed. You missed, sucker. I missed twice. That's not good. But yeah, going back to your point before, Capdaf, even if it only affects my crits. Ah, this person's got... Alright. Stimpack time. This is why I got the super Stimpaks. They've clearly got like some sort of saw blade. Alright, let's go all the way back up to 76 and ruin their day. And let's also poke a big hole in this person. 28 points. No, I do not remember it, but it sounds interesting. Alright. I'm going to target that person right next to me. Oh, wow. Ow. No, I'm going to use a Stimpack again. I think it's called Clone Wars, yeah, because there was the Clone Wars, which was the one that had the creative lead behind Samurai Jack, which was good. Like that was a really fun show. But yeah, that's different to the one that had 4 seasons, now to be 5. All right, let's do an aim shot because you are bugging me. Oh, graphical glitch. It doesn't want to draw. Thank you. Whew. Those numbers aren't great. Oh, still 4-7. Hit for 36 points. Points. There we go. Tron Uprising. How's your day been treating you, Doctor Not So Happy? The Tron show is weird? Oh, it's weird that you were having issues. Well, it looks like I'm having technical glitches now because it doesn't want to draw my menus. I'm just going to save the. Oh, I can't save because I'm in the middle of combat. Of course. Out of ammo. Right. I can reload. I love the noises the pulse rifle makes. It sounds badass. The art style that no one liked in Tron Uprising. Yeah, that really can make or break a show. 36 points. There we go. See, now this is like what I was expecting power armor to be like. I still need to heal up. I'm getting hit a bit more, which is better balanced than what it was in Fallout 1. Because it means combat's still a challenge. Missed again. Well, it's a little hard to know. Oh no, I'm crippled. Oh, we'll deal with that in a minute. I don't know what my percentage chance of hitting is because it's not going to draw the dialogue. Oh, I can't. I've got a crippled arm. Well, that's a pain. Alright. No, Stimpack's not going to help there. That's a bit of a pain. Literally. I don't think I've got any one-handed weapons. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that was the interesting thing about the original Clone Wars too. Like, it very much kept the Samurai Jack art style. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have taken some jet. You've got jet. Use it. Be an addict, Kevin. Yeah, I don't have any single-handed weapons. That's going to be a pain. Because I don't think I can use my doctor skill in combat. Yeah, I can't do it in combat. Alright, I'm just going to loot these corpses and get out of here then. Yeah, no wonder that person was wailing into me. I'll take the Stimpack. Bugger, I'm just gonna have to get out of here. No stress, Doctor. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that you're having technical grief. Thank you so much for popping in. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, I remember one of the things that the art style in the original The Clone Wars series did. That was a kind of an advantage of the feature of what it could do. Go away. Oh, and there we go. We're dead.
Not even the carrion eaters are interested in your radiated corpse.
Oh no. Now we're going to go back to... Well, at least I'm not going to be crippled. San Francisco. Oh, it's a bit rough. Yes. Hey, congratulations, Dr. Not So Happy, for reaching the rank of Squire as well. And again, sorry that you had some technical issues. That's never fun. Yeah, please do. You should be able to post links in here as well, Geordie. I've enabled link posting here. So yeah, do it here as well. For folks who are curious. Alright, take two. This time around, Kevin's going to take Jet at the start of a combat. That was good though, like it told me what I needed to know. Which was I was able to roast those folks. Now, I'm just going to see if that glitch around showing my percentage hit is persisting. Because if it is... Yeah, it doesn't want to... Oh. It's not... We might be okay. We might be okay, folks. JoJo Bizarre Adventure Neon American style. What is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Teach me something. Because I've seen that referenced a few times, but I know not what it is, for I am not one of the cool kids. I know I could probably fix this with a Google, but sometimes it's nice to have other folks explain things to you. Quick reminder as well, folks. Friday night streams are happy streams, so tell me, what is the best thing that has happened to you this week? I would love to hear your answers. At this point in time, too, the interesting thing is I've got no idea how to get to Vault 13. I don't know. I don't have any leads to follow here. Oh, sweet Jesus. Rangers fighting Marauders. 225. You know, I could probably hang around and see what happens here. Thank you so much for posting. NCR Rangers, I guess. I like being on the eastern part of the map. It makes me feel cool. Because all these folks are... That's always the great thing about Fallout when you go up in tech levels. You go back to these areas where people are kind of like stabbing each other with spears, and you've got nuclear weaponry. What do you think, folks? Put down your money. Rangers or Marauders? I'm gonna put down a cool 50 on Rangers mopping up here. Oh wow, Rangers really are. Oh, in that case I'm gonna get out of here because I don't want to be on the bad side of the NCR. Although that being said, no one's gonna know if I kill a bunch of NCR Rangers. Air Force Rangers or... They could be the Dunedain. They could be Rangers of Gondor. Man, they really are cleaning up. That was a bloodbath. So the question is, are they going to turn on me now? Let's give him a little bit of distance, just to find out. That was a clean sweep. Nope. Nope, they're not. Alright, let's go find out. Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I start looting the dead. Let's see if they get angry about that. Because I need a new one-handed weapon. I've been taught that it's a good idea to have a one-handed weapon. Take the caps, thank you. It's the other weird thing at the moment, like I feel like there's a part of the game I haven't broken through to yet because I've got a bunch of caps and I've got thank you for a replacement. I've got nothing to spend them on. Well, that was time well spent. Right, let's try it again. Oh, cool. They don't care if I loot the dead. This is nice. We can all get along. I'll just take all the caps. Thank you. Texas Rangers would be the worst. You should, Jordy. You've had a horrible day of it, sleep-wise. Are the sleeping pills helping at all? Because it looks like at the moment they're not. Like, do they at least give you a period of time where they knock you out? Oh, I'm glad they're doing something. Yeah, see, technically, I remember when I first picked up, like, one of these, HKs. Like, that made a huge difference. For probably about 2 or 3 streams, that was a big differentiator. That enabled me to do a bunch of stuff that I couldn't do otherwise. Look at where we are now. Yeah, if you're forcing yourself to be awake, then look, I appreciate your company so much, but yeah. Go get sleep. Rest up. Concert Hall downtown. Where do I want to be? Let's go to the bazaar first. Guns vendor. Thank you. That would be lovely. Let's go talk to the guns vendor. Check out my shells. Alright, what do you got? And how many caps have you got? 292 caps. That is not a lot of caps. 7.62 ammunition. You have next to nothing. The fact that I'm alive is both a miracle and also the result of just a lot of reloading. Is that 223? It is. I actually need 223 for the sniper rifle. Alright, let's do that. I will take all of your 223. Thank you very much. And what can I get rid of? Well, I don't think I'm ever going to go back to my budding boxing career. I can't see that happening. So what don't we need here? Well, I don't need my Bridgekeeper's robes. But they're worth more than $5 because they're solid. 14 mil? Do we want to get rid of that? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Because that was the ammunition from the Tommy gun. Oof, prices over here are steep too. I could get rid of the Pancor because I've got weapons. I've got a weapon that kind of fills that role now. Let's do that. Ah. There's no way that they can match that. Tell you what, I might just have a look at the shelves and see what's there. It's a weird mechanism doing it this way. See, that's everything that was there before. Like, I'm not sure that I'm getting... No. I don't think I'm getting more options here. Oh no, there we go. Shotgun ammunition came up, and it didn't come up before. Small energy cells. Ah, I could have saved the car. If I'd realized microfusion cells, because I was here in NCR, and I was low on gas. Womp womp. When you call it seller's market, yeah. Although I think this is behaving a little bit like a buyer's market, isn't it? Yeah, see, this is the silly thing. Like, the way that they've broken up the inventory, there is stuff that I want from here, and there's stuff that I want from other shelves, and I could maybe get together enough to offload something like the pan core, but not all in one place. Go back and reload. It's not that far, is it? Oh, I'll take that. 11,000. Jesus. Alright. That's all 3. So how about I put back 1? That'll let me offload. I like my explosives, so I don't want to get rid of them. Fascinating inventory time. I know that this is absolutely the big stuff. Oh, I might as well get rid of my shotgun ammo if I'm getting rid of the pan core, because otherwise it's just going to tie up my weight. Can't see the prices. Yeah, they'd be tiny. For 100 cells, it's going to cost 7,567. The pan core by itself will sell happily for 5,590. There we go. And if I give them some of my shotgun ammo, which I'm not using, then I can do that. Alright, 7390. I know it's a critical part of the game. Yeah, I just feel bad every time I shop. I know it's super important in any RPG, but I know it's not riveting, and it's not riveting content. I like watching me die. What's that? 77, and now it's math time. 77, 177. Caps gives me 7567. I will offer that. Goodbye, Pancore. Hello, more ammunition. Yay! There we go. If only I'd known about that before. But yeah, it's just a weird way of fragmenting the whole process of dealing with them. Rawhides and we don't need to do anything in there. It was a success. I mathed so hard. NCR welcomes you, provided you don't make any trouble. I'm not going to make any trouble. Alright, let's go on down to the Enclave. Western Ranch. Yeah, it's just a bit of a silly mechanism. It makes it painful because I can't access all of the inventory at once, and there's no reason for it except for cause. Alright, it's not here. I thought the Brotherhood had an outpost in NCR, but I guess not. Busty Cantina. Oh, there it is. It's over there. Bless them for their franchises having a very similar outcropping. Yeah, when I started this game, I thought that because of their sort of cryptic introduction, I thought that they were the Enclave. Nothing more to say here. Alright. That's okay. Alright, access. Alright, let's see if this is more exciting than the other place I went to. Although I shouldn't throw shade on somewhere that gave me an extremely kick-ass weapon. Looks like it is a different layout. See a computer console. Can I science the computer console? Fail to learn anything. Alright. It is not an interactable computer console. I will open the door. Alright, this is smaller than the other place. So I guess most of the Brotherhood's places are kind of holdouts. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. That you'd be able to actually ask them. But not only that, like, just being able to do a transaction that combines multiple items that are useful for you into one overall transaction. Across multiple tables, like, you can't do that in Fallout 2. The interface doesn't allow for it. Excuse me for a moment, I'm just going to see if anything is on fire. It's this time of night. It's typically my... just my partner messaging me houses for tomorrow that we're going to go look at. Exciting times! Let's take the Rad-X and right away. I'm stripping the Brotherhood of everything. Oh yeah, goodie bags. Get them goodie bags. Alright, so there's nothing really for me in NCR. Let's go check out Reading. We're not quite in a position to look at how to buy just yet, but we're looking for houses around, probably, realistically, it's going to be in the Northern Corridor. Like, it's going to be Mernda, or it's going to be... roughly Whittlesea is probably the better way of framing it. Ideally, we would love to get, like, a 3-bedroom apartment in Thornbury. That would be perfect, because Thornbury is an area... For those of you outside Melbourne, this is fascinating content. But Thornbury is an area in Melbourne that is just on that good side of the gentrification wave. It still feels like an interesting, vibrant area, even though it's turning into like a bunch of apartments. It still feels like it's an interesting, vibrant area. You're in Thornbury once a week. Ah, is that for games with friends? Boy. You know what? Let's have a look at how far it is from here to New Reno, because I'd love to go settle a score with Bishop. I don't think we're too far from there. Let's go mess him up. Mess him up good. New Reno. Where's Reading? Oh, Reading, where are you? Where's Reading? Reading? There's New Reno, Broken Hills. I think Reading's north of there from memory. Vault City, Modoc. Reading. Alright, New Reno first. Let's go have a chat to Bishop. Let's go show Bishop our new toys. Hey, Mr. Bishop! We got something that's really cool. Alright, let's head back out here. Where's Parkville? I'm not familiar with Parkville. Wednesday night gaming, yeah. That sounds like fun. Yeah, I would be a pig in mud. If we could find, where are we going? What are we doing? Oh, hi, caravan. Good. It's a bunch of people who aren't going to automatically shoot me. Because one of the things that complicates life for me as a voice actor is that we need a place where I can have somewhere to record, because I record at all hours of the night. It needs to be ideally not just somewhere that has sound treatment, but it needs to be soundproof, because I can't scream and yell at 3 in the morning if I'm going to wake my family up. And sometimes I just need to be able to do that stuff at odd hours. So it means that when we're looking at apartments, it needs to be somewhere that we can consider building in like some kind of booth, and that tacks on an additional price on top of everything else that we're considering. Oh yeah, Parkville. Yes, of course. I know Parkville now. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, we're up in Mill Park at the moment, so we're sort of similarly far flung from civilization. What's that public transport like from Parkville to town? Like, do you have decent options there? Because one thing I can't complain about is being in Mill Park. We're close to South Marine Station and also Laylaw, so it's pretty easy for us to get into town. Like, as long as you're in one of those spikes of the radius around Melbourne, because for those of you outside of Melbourne, Melbourne is a city that organizes, and I think a lot of cities do this, it organizes public transport basically with the premise that the city itself is a hub, and everything around it basically has spokes going out, so most of your train lines will go out basically from that central hub and meander a little bit maybe, but they don't do a lot of sort of crossways travel. And yeah, we're in one of those spokes of the hub, so it's not that bad to get into town. It's like 40 minutes, so most of the time I just hop on the train and pop on some music and I do emails. Or if I'm coming home, I play on Switch. Oh, I got it. So you got your own fit out at home. Oh yeah. We used to live not far from Regent Station. Like, we've had a string of. We've moved far too many times in the last few years. But we've gone from living in Thornbury, like not a great part of Thornbury, where we were near the public school, to then moving out to Reservoir, and then moving out to Mill Park past that. We've basically gone like 3080, 3081, 3082, 3083 with our postcodes. Never live near a high school is my piece of advice for you. Don't live around the corner from a high school. It sucks, especially as someone who spends a lot of their time working from home. But yeah, if we had... Because I'm finding more and more, I really love that feeling of... Is Mysterious Stranger going to get killed by fire geckos? You've got a box rather than a booth. Took the mic out for streaming. Gotcha. Yeah, well, down the track, like if you're ever interested, oh, there we go. There's Mysterious Stranger going second time around. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be interested in this down the track when your circumstances change, but I will be starting up a regular paid like VO workout for voice acting folks who want a chance to sort of stretch their skills a little bit. So if you're curious about getting back into it, or if you're interested in getting back into it. Yeah, I hear you. Money priorities, absolutely. And see, that's why, like, if I wasn't working regularly in voiceover, it wouldn't be a priority, but because basically it is something that generates income, like, it justifies that expense. Okay, sweet. I'll keep you in mind. Hang on a second. Where did I put my phone? Oh, I put it in front of me because I had a notification from before. I'll make a note on that. Yeah, because I'm trying to get together a couple of workout groups, and that's one that I'm definitely keen to like find enough folks for. Like the price point for it is around, it'll be like monthly, probably 90 minutes. It's $25 a head for 90 minutes of VO coaching. I'm finally getting to the point where I'm like, actually, you know what? I could do coaching. I could do VO coaching. I should probably actually realize that that's a thing I could do. And countdown to list for there we go. You're on the list. Or at least I've got a note to add you to the list, which is close to the same thing. No more mysterious stranger. I'm so sad. But yeah, I would love to live. I'd love to live in an apartment where I could have that kind of build out there and still be in the middle of everything. Because I'm realizing more and more I love. And I think we talked about this a little bit. Talked about this a while ago, possibly even when we were playing Fallout 1. But just those signs of civilization, I find that I just find them so, not consciously, but subconsciously reassuring. Thank you so much for the note about lurking there, Heron. It's lovely to have you around. So yeah, the idea of living somewhere where you could just hop out on the balcony and just watch traffic like just roll past, but be inside and be in a completely soundproof environment and record as well, like that would be, oh, that would be just the best. Because where we are at the moment, and this is going to sound a little bit classist, but it is what it is. Where we're at the moment, like the kind of noise we tend to hear is like domestics or like muscle cars, and in the street that we are, like there is about it's about 5 or 6 cars parked around sort of just the area where like our house is. Still haven't figured out a good reason why, but yeah, it's not my scene. And yeah, I hear you when you say like 1930 ceilings. Like it's funny when you go into houses, like when we were looking at renting, like we'd go into places and my partner would just gush over these high vaulted ceilings with beautiful Art Deco finish even. Like you say, beautiful 1930s ceilings. And I'm just looking around, my nose is wrinkling going, the acoustics in here are going to be terrible. It's going to suck. Because the thing that I record with from home, like I've got a booth which is out in the garage and it weighs like 450 kilos, I think, or thereabouts when it's fully assembled. It is not light. So that's the downside of living in an apartment, like unless you're on ground floor, and even then it's a crapshoot. Most apartments don't have the kind of load bearing where you can just set that up inside the apartment. Like I had a moment of incredible optimism when we were living somewhere. When we were living like back in Baylor Street in Preston, and I started assembling this thing on the second level of the apartment, and then I thought about halfway through, I'm like, I think this is going to be really heavy. I think this is going to be really, really heavy. And I'm glad I had that moment, because otherwise I probably would have ended up like having the thing crash through the floor, maybe while I was in it, and that would have ended very poorly. Hard to catch spiders. Yeah, it would be. It would be. I guess you've kind of just got to let those spiders go. Which once you get huntsmans, that would suck. For anything else, it's like... Yeah, I'm going to chalk that decision of assembling it on the second floor up to... Oh, I lived on Baylor Street. Yeah, it's a nice spot. It's a nice spot, Baylor Street. We were living in a townhouse. And some of the people there were a bit douchey. This is going to make me sound like Kevin hates everywhere that he lives, but you know, there is a kernel of truth in that old adage of like hell is other people. Oh, so the spiders in your place are all huntsmen? Ah, that's... I feel you. That's horrifying. Huntsman spiders are... I don't like a spider that you can hear moving. And like Huntsman, you can hear that. Hang on, I need a proper surface that you can do it on, like the. Any spider that I can hear running, I just don't want that around. There we go, that was a little bit of Foley for the session. So how much longer have we got you streaming for, Capdav? Like, how are you wrapping that up starting this week, or are you still going to be doing a few more streams? There's an awful lot of mutant encounters around New Reno. Around this area. It makes me think that the vault, makes me think there is a vault, or the master, even. Like, God's forbid. I think the master's somewhere around here. Or something is. Oh, that's true. We've got a thread that we haven't followed, don't we? Because there's a bunch of... There is an angle that I haven't followed yet. Because north of NCR, there's a bunch of people raiding. Or north of... It was one of the cities that was complaining about it. I think we've got to hit up Reading. I think that's what's going to give me the quest. This is my theory. Do get some smaller spiders now and then. Never worry about those. Yeah, smaller spiders are fine. Like, unless they look particularly insidious and might be venomous. Streaming over the weekend. Gotcha. Okay. Just bear with me for a quick second. I'm just going to make sure. I'll make sure I've got you on auto host as well. Not that I think it's necessarily going to send folks your way, but in the hope that it might. Just bear with me for a quick sec. Actually, I'll just make a note to do that. I'll do that after this session. Let's go back in and get our sound. OmniFocus is lovely for just being able to capture stuff. Make sure Capdav is on auto host. There we go. Fingers crossed for you with the job hunting thing too. I hope that goes well. Yeah, so there's our new plan. I think we're gonna head to New Reno. We're gonna shoot the place up, and then we're gonna head to Reading and see what they think of us there. Because there's something going on in this region around here. Because we're getting a lot of mutant encounters. I hadn't thought about that before, but it was coming back from the Enclave and bumping my mic for the second time tonight. It was coming back from the Enclave. It made me realize that there's a little bit of storytelling going on here in the situational encounters. I've got an interview with Metro. Okay. Nice. Well, crossing fingers for you with that.
This content by muties for muties.
Absolutely. It's the Interplay motto.
By super mutants, for super mutants.
Exactly. So what was the best thing that's happened to you this week, Capdaff?
What is the best thing?
It's the best thing. Ah, it's so agonizing. The floaters are the worst because they just take for goddamned ever to get where they're going. This is making me wish I had actually taken that perk now for better placement in random encounters. It's the best thing. Probably board games last night. Awesome. What'd you play? Tell me more. Expand upon the goodness that happened. Those centaurs. I just realized they've got like a gaping, almost like a gaping butthole that is just spewing entrails. That is horrifying. Bear. You made a really good pun today. Tell me about your pun. I'm always up for a pun. Did you see that there's a national championships? I think it happens every year. That's happening in Canberra. Torture Friends, Mysterium, Bananagrams, and Pandemic the Cure. Ooh. Monty Python Flux sounds like it'd be fun too. Bananagrams is awesome. My partner's mother actually introduced us to that over the Christmas break. It's so much fun. I love Bananagrams because it's a game where it feels like, you know, you can be ahead because you're making everyone else. Excuse me. Oh, it's terrible. I don't know why I'm yawning. I've had a lot of sleep today. I'm probably not breathing right. Yeah, Bananagrams is a game where, you know, you can feel like you're really ahead of what's happening because you're forcing a lot of draws from other people, but then someone else can surge ahead at the last minute. You highlighted it. Oh wait, did it remind me, was this a pun that happened in stream here, or is this something that happened, was this like online? Because I know we had Horror Tuner's lovely gag about the Italian chef. But my apologies if you made a pun in stream that I missed. Ah, on your stream today. There we go. Okay. I was mortified for a minute that I missed that. But not the case. Alright. Just while we're here though, what I will do, because we're about to get into housekeeping time, so I'll just send on the link for our updated poll, just so you folks can actually... Now this is the final, the one, the only gamer poll for our next horror game as well. So even if you don't dig horror games, because Codsworth hasn't thrown us a link for this yet. Alright. I'd like to share it. Okay, copy to clipboard. There we go. Pop in chat. Pop in chat. Next horror game poll. Open to all followers. There we go. Let's try that again. The embed shouldn't matter there. I think it's going to like it either way. Yes, I mentioned you before, Heron. I was talking earlier about how I reworked the poll to be open to everyone. You may thank you again for that conversation. It was very much appreciated. And so you can see very clearly that I obviously was listening. So yeah, I would love to hear people's thoughts. Mobsters fighting a gang. I don't need to stay around for that. Yeah, Codsworth hasn't popped that in yet, so I just thought I'd pop that in there. Or if he has, I missed it. Thank you. I will check that out later. Thank you so much. Gonna go to New Reno. Alright. This, folks, this is what we call vengeance. Nice. Oh, that's so cool. That's another thing that actually I've noticed in Fallout 2. A lot of the barks from like the text the text barks from NPCs are a lot more they're a lot more situational. They react a lot more to what's going on. Desperado. Couldn't pay me enough chips to get it on with you in that thing. Wow, everyone's reacting to it. Yeah, horror games can be a bit of a deep pull sometimes. Or a deep cut, I should say. Love to have your input if you're up for it. If not, completely understandable. There we go. Alright, let's save the game. Because I'm going to go into New Reno settling scores. Let's see what happens with all of this. Let's go over chat to Bishop. You voted for finishing Evil Within on principle. Ah. A possibly quite evil choice. That's terrible. I haven't listened to Dr. Evil in ages. But, it's a fun game mechanically. It's a fun game mechanically. Thank you for your vote, Capta. Very much appreciated. And yeah, that option's absolutely there for a reason. Oh wow, it is really situational. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's go talk to Mr. Bishop. Alright, poor choice of last words, Bishop. Now it begins. It is doing the thing where it's not showing me. Alright. Now, we just saved our game before, so I'm going to exit the game and come back in. Now, I'm just going to take a couple of seconds break, because I'm going to grab a cup of coffee for our final hour, and we'll do just a spot of housekeeping when I get back as well. Just the usual thank yous to folks. So yeah, if you want to grab a drink, now is the best time to do it. We will be back momentarily. Ah, there we go. I was wondering if my intermission layout would actually pick that up, and it has. Alrighty, I am back. Thank you for your patience. Now, let's see if we can make this work. Because I'm going to exit this. I'll pop out of here because it's misbehaving. And I wanted to share... let's go back to here, a little treat with you all. Because you should be hearing my desktop audio, so this should work just fine. Hey Nubla, thank you so much for popping in. How you doing? Now, bear with me for a quick sec. Well, you'll definitely be able to hear me. It's more that there's a different treat that I've got for you folks. You got what? Ah, you plugged in your laptop. You've adulted. You've done such adulting. Now, I should be able to actually see whether this is working as well. Because I have audio levels here. Now this is a lovely little cover of a very familiar song. I know, what is the business at the moment, Nubla? Because it is freaking hot in Australia. It is freaking hot. Yes, I believe Apple referred to it as idolting. There we go, that's coming on through. This is a gorgeous cover of I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire by none other than our sublimely talented Capdaf. There you go. Now, I wanted to say a few quick thank yous before we get back into, well, tearing up new Reno and making Fallout 2 behave. Yeah, I was so hoping this would work. And it does! So, giant thank you to Queen Aqua for following tonight, and also a huge thank you to Heron HQ for resubbing for 2 months! Two! That takes you through to, like, the end of February, math being an important skill. And I wanted to say a big thank you as well to those of you who always share your audiences with me and just show just the most tremendous amount of faith and trust in doing that. So that's a big thank you to Slayer... I say things for a living. It shows clearly. A huge thank you to Slayer Lover Gaming, to Even Prime TV, to Everything Apocalypse, to Ironside, Dubsack, Capdaf, who is with us now, and the bard responsible for these beautiful tunes, and also to Heron HQ. Thank you so much for that. I very much appreciate it. And yes, I did see that you shot those 3 Capdaf, so I'm going to play with those a little bit more down the track. So yeah, thank you so much. And that's perfectly timed too. There we go. Alright, let's get back into some Fallout. Hey Slayer, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. How's your acting been going? Because you're... For those of you who have not bumped into Slayer Love... Tongue-tied. Slayer Lover Gaming previously. Slayer Lover is an actor. And you had a gig towards the end of last year and at the start of this year that was keeping you busy, didn't you? Alright, let's head into New Reno. It is Fallout 2 time. It is absolutely Fallout 2 time. And just bear with me, I'm just going to reset this window so it's a little bit further along. Beer is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I had a beer for lunch today, Nublar, and that was great. But yeah, there comes a point where you just need to make sure that your body's hydrated, otherwise you just collapse. But yeah, Slayer, to answer your question, yeah, I've been tied up a little bit in navel gazing over the break and just getting ready for the new year. But yeah, I'm good, man. I had a gig that's gotten out the door and I've gotten paid for, where I'm working with some wonderful people. I'll be able to talk about that more down the track, like once it actually goes live. But that was a video game gig doing combat stuff, which is always fun, like efforts and exertions. And yeah, it's been a good break. You're in 2 different plays right now and doing sound and lights. Nice! Man, you're keeping busy. Love it. I'm envious of the fact that you're able to do theater as well, because I would love to do it, but I don't have the time for it. And yes, Captain, I think I mentioned it before, but yeah, I'm definitely going to play with those other covers and like highlight those in stream as well. Congratulations to Nublar for reaching the rank of aspirant as well. Your service is rewarded and appreciated. Oh, for those of you who just popped into stream, there is a link that I will pop. I'll pop it back into next horror game. Oh, there we go. I'll pop it into chat now because Codsworth's got a few different things that I've got him just matching tonight or working on. So yeah, please vote. It is open to all followers, and I'd love to have your opinion on what our next horror game should be. All right, let's have a chat to John Bishop. Poor choice of last words, Bishop. Let's do it. Now, hopefully the game's going to behave. Because we were just getting a weird glitch where it wouldn't show me my percentage chances of hitting. That's what I want to see. Let's hit for 44 points. That's right, it's not really worth doing targeted shots with this. How good is this? That's what I wanted to see with power armor. I just wanted to see basically that almost invulnerability. Let's hit for 39. You'd love to do some voiceover work. Do you have a reel at all, Slayer? Also, second question is: Are you able to record like professional quality audio? And apologies if we've had this conversation before and I've just forgotten. Man, Bishop takes some punishment. John Bishop does not go down lightly. There we go. It's always the crits that will do some work. Ah, you know what Kevin needs to do? Let's crack open the inventory, get a super stim pack going, and get some jet up in this business. It goes down smooth. Doesn't go down easy. Hang on. Yeah, okay, maybe that works. I'm not going to think that through too hard. Jet time! Jet, 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 jet. Yeah, well, shoot me a link. Shoot me a link, Slayer, because I think I saw a, Oh, hey. That reminds me, too. Really stupid question, Slayer, but you speak... Correct me if I'm wrong, but you speak fluent German, is that correct? I'm trying to remember where you hail from exactly. Or I guess a better way of saying is, what languages do you speak fluently? Alright, that's everything I wanted to do in inventory. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, well, can you do me a favor, and in your Discord, can you shoot me a link to any audio samples that you've got, and your best contact email address? Because I think literally the other day I saw someone was canvassing for a gig that required a native German speaker, so it happens on occasion. And there's the end of my John Bishop problems. I gained 5 karma. Oh, that'll happen. Thank you very much. Yeah, because I don't make any promises, but I do. I also do casting pretty regularly for gigs. So maybe down the track I can help you out. The more people I have to recommend to a quality as well, the better a job I can do for my clients. So, Slayer, what is the best thing that has happened to you this week? That is the Friday night question. Coming in on the pointy end of the stream. We've got 40 minutes left today. Yeah, I hear you, Capdaf. I mean, the question's always, sorry, the offer's always open. But yeah, if it's something where if you're not working or training regularly, it's like anything. It's a set of muscles. You know, down the track, who knows? I'd love to work with you. Love to work with you if that becomes a priority again once your circumstances change. Ah, this gun is so good. It is so good. Oh. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Thanks for the promotion. I'm missing a reference there, Nubla. Let's super stim pack it all the way back up. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that workout group that I was talking about, I mean, maybe that'll help. Just getting into some regular training. But yeah, I know the feeling when you pinch the time. Like for me, I feel that pinch in time at the moment with like the day job and voice acting are the two priorities, but I've got creative projects that I want to get off the board. I want to get basically, sorry, up and running, not off the board, but like off the starting block. But that's where I feel the pinch of time because they suffer. Considering changing your color name, too many people love purple. I wouldn't even know actually how to change my name color. I'm sure it's somewhere in preferences. How do you feel about Son of a Biscuit? How do I feel about Son of a Biscuit? Tell me more. I'm missing something there, Captaf. Please explain when you say, how do I feel about Son of a Biscuit? I'm forgetting something. Alright, let's move a little bit closer to these people. Sweet, thank you for that, Slayer. Very much appreciated. Ah, le prof! Off you go. Done. Vanished. That's so weird. Hang on, the first hit. Oh, I must have... Ah, Jet's giving me bonus action points, that's why. I was wondering why. I'm taking it. Purple is your favorite. Purple's a good color. The color of eggplant. Tend to censor yourself on stream. No, I don't tend to actually, Captaf. The times where we have had discussions about language have just been around language that's not inclusive or derogatory more than anything else. So yeah, I don't tend to. I'm curious. I feel like there's been a conversation that maybe has been misunderstood. Oh, this is going to get painful. See, I don't want to pick up a pool table. 45 caliber. Okay, so this is the clear downside of the energy weapon. It makes picking up loot an absolute pain. Has to write more to raise the blue banner. Yeah, apologies if I'm missing a really excellent joke that you're making. By the way. It often happens. Son of a Biscuit Eater is a great pirate, pirate. Profanity. Nope, let's not pick up a knife. I don't need a knife. Oh, this is a pain. Why can't you just give me their inventories as a stack? But I guess there's no body to be attached to, so if there's no body, it's just all... You lost 6 current hit points. Ah, well. Which I'm guessing is me coming off Jet. Oh, gotcha. I'm with you. Yeah, no, that's a really good point. I do that sometimes. I think, yeah, it's one of those ones where, as an expression, I think sometimes just saying, "Oh, son of a," is more fun than going all the way through. So yeah, it's not because I will sometimes, you know, you've been around for long enough to know that I will sometimes swear like a trooper, but it just depends. Son of a preachman, yeah. Who was the only boy that could ever teach me? Love that song. I got interested in a girl in high school, who was the son of a not the son. She was the daughter. She was the daughter of a minister, and she turned out to be like quite straight and narrow. Like I was a muppet in high school, so things never really went anywhere. But man, did I get the impression that like while she was going through her high school years, she was DTF. She was down to fuck. Maybe if Kevin was smoother, he could have closed that deal. That's what I always think of whenever I hear that song. Kernel of truth there. Oh, they've got the good booze here. Alright, John Bishop's dead now. You're dead, John. Let's see what we can do in John Bishop's house. Let's see what's around. Let's go wandering through. Yeah, I appreciate you asking the question, though. It did. It absolutely did. I think the last thing I would have needed, to be honest, is sealing that deal in high school. I think that just would have been more trouble than it was worth. Meh. Jet! Oh, take Jet. See, this is where if I... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go and meet the maker of Jet at any point. Ah, unless they're in here, maybe. Because I just botched the whole stealth thing completely. Omnivore. That was such a good... Whatever you think of Quentin Tarantino as a filmmaker, his soundtracks are amazing. That's right, the Jetstar. The maker of Jet. Good old Myron himself, I think his name is. I don't think I'm going to end up meeting Myron now. In order to do that, I think I would have had to have like done Bishop's quests a little bit better and earned his trust. What? Oh, there we go, coming down off Jet. Hang on, let's get rid of these leather armors. And brass knuckles. All the things I accidentally picked up. See what kind of damage this does. 10 to 20, range 20. It's not that great. I don't think that even stands up against a HK. Oh, 12 to 16, range 30. No, it's actually better. 12 to 16, range 30. 10 to 20, range 20. Yeah. It's better. I'll keep that then. Can you get chem addictions in Fallout 2? Yeah, you absolutely can. Alright, I'm not going to be picking up anything for a while I'm getting down off jet. Yeah, it's pretty easy too to actually end up getting addicted to chems. Yeah, it does have a shorter range. I'll take the higher damage though. You are overloaded. I know I'm overloaded. Oh! I guess folks are going to take it personally. Oh, this might be a point where I actually get myself addicted. What do we got? Buff out. I could probably do without it. Perception 7 is going to be the only downside here. While I'm in my inventory, I will crack open a stim pack or two. There we go. Well, I will be shooting my way out of John Bishop's house. Yeah, please, just continue hitting each other. One down. I don't want to gain all this karma. Well, this is the kind of reckoning I was hoping to bring to the place. Two down. Man, one hit, one kill. See if I can ride out the downside of the jet. I don't want to be overusing the energy weapon, but... I don't want to be overusing the energy weapon, but I feel like it's warranted in this situation. See, I know it's not the most interesting way to engage with the Bishop family either. But I feel like I've botched a lot of that in Fallout 2. Ways of being able to interact with parts of the content. Yes. You missed, sucker. Come on, Angela. There we go. It's goodbye from her. I'm with you there, Heron. I think blue is it's a very stylish color. Although Slayer Lover, I cannot say that tonight. Slayer Lover Gaming has a really nice shade of green with their name. Alright, we gotta walk the solo. 1, 2. Alright, that's something. It's not enough to do anything else, so I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying. I just feel like there's more that could be going on with the content, so I feel like I'm shortchanging people in some ways. But like you say. Alright, let's walk on up. In your chat, Slayer is orange. Oh, okay, interesting. Over here, it's like a lovely kind of teal. Just Slayer is fine. Very well, Slayer it is. It's yellow for you. Ah, so hang on. So is Twitch's color choices just completely arbitrary then, and it looks different for everyone? Is it like a lesson in subjective? Is it a lesson in subjective perception of color? Certainly not me. I don't have any color scheme active. Oh, okay. I might have night mode on. That might be why things appear different over here. Because I will put night mode on any interface that lets me put night mode on. Because night mode is awesome. Ah, that might be it too. I'm also looking at this from inside Streamlabs OBS, so that might be part of why it looks different. I don't know. I just love the noises that that gun makes. Even reloading it sounds badass. Alright, let's walk right on up to this boy. Who is a good boy? Is it you? Are you a good boy? 40 points. Yeah, there you go. That must be why I'm seeing a different world to everyone else. This is awesome. This is so much badassery. This is exactly what I wanted. Now we're back to that feeling in Fallout 1 of just being a Terminator and just walking through places. And occasionally getting critically hit. Oh, alright. And that, folks, is why fusion grenades are amazing. 65 and 81 points. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Alien Isolation as well. And yeah, I think, yeah, an overall chat about, like, what the experience was. Absolutely. It's something I'm looking to do more with games. Like, I've been looking at actually posting like reviews and stuff to YouTube, but yeah, I want to do that. So whatever form that takes, whether it's in stream or whatever, I wouldn't mind, because that's been like what? It'll be 10 episodes all up, so having like some sort of having a more thoughtful sort of engagement with it would be good. Your purple seems to stick, which is nice. That one time you're in stream and they banned purple in general, so you changed it real quick. You were in a stream and they banned purple. Was that like a... was that just a fun activity where they were like, no purple? Tell me more. There we go. Thank you. Didn't want to gain all that karma, but you know, what can you do? Alright, let's go see what folks have. course, condoms. Came up in conversation that purple was banned. Of course, I'm not going to be able to pick up anything because I'm past my weight maximum. Unless I hit up Jet again. Okay, cool. If it was funny at the time, then awesome. And yeah, Heron, actually it's funny you mentioned that too, because I did a bit of a recap at the start of the last Alien stream, sort of talking about what the experience had been too. But yeah, I'm definitely keen to recap that. Trying to do that more with streams, like once we finish games, just sort of looking at what the overall experience of the game was. See Mrs. Bishop. Oh. My late husband was the head of Bishop family, and you are? Alright. Traveler looking for Vault 13. Ask some other question. Do you know where to find? It's already been used. Okay, where is? Yeah, fair enough. I was kind of hoping... Oh, there we go. Care to join me for a drink in my chambers? We can discuss new Reno. Yeah? Look. I'm not adverse. I know I've kind of wrinkled my nose a little bit at how thirsty the game is occasionally, but I'm not adverse to going to bed with Mrs. Bishop. Especially because of how it's framed. You know, she's an unsatisfied like wife of in charge of a crime empire now. So yeah, look, let's do it. Alright, this could end really poorly. She could end up killing me, but let's see what happens. Alright. Okay, cool. I was laughing because it's kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious in the context of what's going on to be lying there still in the power armor. Yeah, it's John Bishop's widow. John Bishop's widow. Yeah. Oh, Slayer, I completely missed your point there. Thank you so much for dropping in, and yeah, thank you for the lurk as well. I hope that the office admin goes well. It is John Bishop's widow. I killed John Bishop and then went to bed with his wife. And that feels like the most Erika play in this situation. I regret nothing. And yeah, the way they've framed it there. So just in case you can't read it on your phone cap, Daff. So the thing that it says here is, like, we were talking about this in the context of one of the Alien games. Sorry, one of the Alien films, Alien 3. So you make love, it's not the best, it's not the greatest, but for a brief moment in your turbulent lives, you and Mrs. Bishop forget the cruelties of the world and lose yourselves in each other. And I think that's a really beautiful way of describing sort of that moment of just connection between strangers, where you just basically, you have a moment to be human with someone else. So thought that was, yeah, that was done really well. Because in Alien 3, I think that's one of the great moments between Charles Dance's Doctor character and Sigourney Weaver, or Ellen Ripley, I should say, where they go to bed, and it makes complete sense. Like, they're strangers and they fuck because both of them are just looking for that human connection, that chance basically just to sort of feel something with someone else just for a moment. So that's framed really well. They did a good job writing-wise there. Alright, so what do you do now? Alright, okay. Tell me about your husband. Alright. Frown slightly in front. Mrs. Bishop has fallen asleep. You can't help but wonder if she would have stayed awake longer if you'd been more skilled. What? How does that work? No, if you're more skilled, she falls asleep more quickly. Okay. Step out of bed quietly. Unless it's talking about conversation-wise. Okay, I can talk to her. Alright, so now presumably I've got an in with the Bishop family. Alright. Let's save the game. Yeah, that was well framed. I like what they did with that. Post. Bishop. What happens if I try and talk to her now? Nice. She fondly remembers me. Okay. Let's see what happens when I try and get out of the building. Yeah, because I don't think there's anything else to do here. Yep, I'm overloaded and I can't run. Nice. Your husband, John Bishop? 6'1", dark hair, green jacket, lots of bullet holes? Never seen him. Nice, I like it. Oh, so you folks are still angry. Alright. Well, far enough down that it's time to pop another super stim pack. I know, 15 minutes left, and then we're done for tonight. How much of a mess can I make of the place in the meantime? Alright, let's pop a few of those fusion grenades back in. Because I've got 20 of them. Be nice if you folks... Ah, you actually are kind of in a nice tight cluster there. If you can just stay over there. Hit for no damage by either of them. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm just imagining like bullets just spanging off that armor and ricocheting around the room. Like it being more dangerous for them to be shooting at me than not. That being said, I might play a little game of doors and corners here, because there is a lot of people. Oh, there's a basement. I haven't been to the basement. I bet that's where our jet person is. The other thing is, if I run in here, that should wall them up a little bit for a grenade or two. Don't have enough action points. Oh, let's reload. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them around that door. Oh, you had to come in too close, didn't you? first. And move up a little further. There we go. Oh wow, that was an accidental long pitch. I really did miss there. Let's try that again. There we go. What do we got? 42, 52, and 56. Those are good numbers. Yeah, so while this firefight's going on, I'll go through, so I don't forget, answering my own question here, which is what is the best thing that's happened to me this week? And there were two things. I'm going to go for a twofer. One of them was I got to watch movies with my movie buddy this week. We kind of get together once a month to watch movies, and I got to introduce her to the wonder that is Haywire. And if you've never seen Haywire, Haywire is this amazing Steven Soderbergh political thriller that has Gina Carano playing a essentially a mercenary. The cast is incredible. Ewan McGregor, Antonio Banderas, Michael Douglas, who else? Michael Fassbender. So it's an incredible cast all up. And Gina Carano, oh, Channing Tatum is in there as well. And Gina Carano is just amazing because her fight choreography is just incredible. She just dismantles people. So it was really fun doing that. The other thing that happened is today I managed to give a voiceover colleague they were preparing for an audition, and I was able to give them a bit of advice on fixing something that wasn't quite working for them with how they were approaching the audition. I just gave them a little bit of a tweak to the approach to the line, and it just put things in place for them. And I just felt chuffed that I was able to actually, do my job, because that's effectively my job. So I was able to actually 56 points. 56%. Why is I'm not getting better numbers on that? I'm going to start walking this fight forward. But yeah, it felt really good. It felt really good, especially because I was half awake at the time. But just listening through their audition copy, I was like, oh, okay, well this is reading the copy. This is what isn't there that I can see. And it's nice when that happens. So yeah, those were the two things that happened to me this week that were really awesome. They were the highlights of my week. It's gonna die eventually. Yeah, that's it, folks. Come in nice and close. Oh, why can I not get it? There we go. I'm gonna walk out there and lob a grenade into the middle of them. Oh no, I can't get past this guy. Oh, I'm gonna have to shoot you. Well, if we've done nothing else tonight, we've gotten rid of the Bishop Empire. Oh, we will actually have to go into a little bit of extra time here too. Because I'm going to need to finish this firefight before I can save. Let's see how we go there. Okay, Sport, you're now really annoying me. Let's walk like right into your face. There we go. They're just emptying their weapons, and it's doing nothing for them. That's beautiful. Alright, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can take 2. Let's try a long shot lob here. Nice. Hey, Damien Wise, thank you so much for joining us too. Ah, that was wet. Good lord. That is what the fusion grenades are for, folks. I gotta reload. Okay. I mean, this is just... like, if we don't hit another point in this game, this is probably the most in-character thing that we have done. We botched a job. We botched the Western job by being too blunt. And then we went back to John Bishop to collect our pay. John Bishop was having none of it. And so, killed John Bishop. Killed his cronies. And then... that's right, we can't pick up anything because we're still over encumbered. That's not gonna... The old jet come down is a bitch. Alright. I'm just gonna check something. But yeah, that imagery is beautiful there. The casino is empty because the customers are gambling their lives against the traveler from the wastelands. Absolutely. So yeah, just bear with me for a quick sec. I'm just gonna double check. I'm just gonna double check what the actual category is for that weapon. I want to make sure that I'm boosting the right skill for my beautiful energy weapon, which is the YK-42B pulse rifle. Fallout to YK-42B pulse rifle. What skill do you use? Doesn't really tell me. Oh, hang on. There's locations. Notes. Oh, okay. I can turn down the violence. I can turn down the violence settings to stop the effect that it's doing with corpses. It's not going to tell me what the skill is. It does say it's an energy weapon. Doesn't confirm the skill. Oh, I'm just going to assume it's energy weapons then. Just going to assume. Alright, let's get back into it. But yeah, go back after botching a job, confront John Bishop. John Bishop doesn't want to pay, so kill John Bishop, kill his cronies, then sleep with his wife. This doesn't get more Erika than that. I know, it is kind of the opposite of bloody mess, isn't it? You're absolutely right, Cat Death. Alright, and I still can't pick up anything, so there's no point in looking at that stuff. Alright, let's put that in there. And let's walk on out. Oh no, let's not walk on out. Let's save the game. So it's 11:58. I'm just going to go and see what's in the basement and see if I can find out anything useful there before we move on. Because I've bumped into videos online in the past with Myron, and I'm just curious to see whether Myron's going to be in that basement. Let's find out what's in the basement. What are you keeping down here? What's down here? Looks like a boxing ring? An illegal fight club? See a boxer. Alright. Plated boxing gloves. Someone has accidentally slipped metal plates into these boxing gloves. Nice. Oh man, now I wish I really could pick them up. Alright, let's save the game and see what happens if I pop jet again. Because that would help me finish my boxing career. Because I just don't have the skills to do it otherwise. No, that hasn't helped. Oh, it's worth a try. Damn it, they're down here. Oh, well, I know where to get them later. What else is around here? Is that a room I can go into? Yeah, this looks interesting, but it doesn't look like it's gonna super help me. Like an illegal fight club is nice. Or, I guess a new Reno fight club. Alright, that's probably a good point to leave it for tonight then. We've just saved in here. So I think that's going to be an evening of it, folks.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out some of our other videos, and for live content, come join me on Twitch.